Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome to Comics and Illustration Studio 7.62. I am Avery Butterworth, freelance illustrator and colorist for the upcoming Indiegogo for Hero Book 1, original graphic novel written by and drawn by Andrew Charper, who's not here. No one's here, just me. Just going to be working on some Hero. The link's out there if some other people want to pop in. The usual suspects have the link. I don't think they've seen it yet, but I don't know. But I'm just going to be hanging out. And hopefully you will too. Let me screen share here. Whoa. Let's work on some coloring, man. For Hero, we're working on Hero Book 2 now. In case anybody's wondering. Andrew is working on some supplemental new material for this relaunch of the Indiegogo for Hero Book 1, which starts. Hey, what's up, Kodiak? You forgot supplier of bear gravy. Hey, links in the... Hey, what's up, Avid? How's it going? It's been a while, man. How you been? Oh, the kids are being loud? Oh, man. You've been busy? Well, hey, being busy is a good thing, man. Being busy is a good thing, Avid. I like that. Hey, thank you, Avid. Kodiak, your kids are always loud. How's that any different, or is it extra loud? I got a proposition for you, Kodiak.
No anal. Blew your mind, didn't it?
That's pretty good.
How's your night?
It's all right. I had a nasty sinus headache again I woke up with, and it took me half the day to get rid of it. So a lot of what I wanted to get done today didn't happen. But I saw your little comment that you could make bumpers for me, right? For my videos?
Yeah, I was thinking about what you would what kind of thing would be your style. What would you like?
Just something short with some music that flips through through some of my artwork off of Twitter and Instagram, you know. And then the end one just to have the Twitter and the Instagram, and I'll give you that Batman.
You don't have to give me the Batman.
I'll give you the Batman. Well, you deserve to be compensated somehow, and I don't have any money, so.
Well, that puts pressure on me, though.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, be like, I don't.
Like what you did looks fine, so it could just be like flipping through some of my artwork,
right?
Like some little cool guitar riff you do or something.
Yeah. Yeah, that one's actually on Fruity Loops. I just use my knowledge of whatever guitar I know, what little bit I know, and they have like this keyboard. So you just kind of.
Yeah, what you did there is great.
I was messing around earlier when I was thinking about it because I mentioned it to you and then had a lot of coffee, so I was real energetic. So I was messing around with the Devil's Triad and seeing if that would something like that would work. And hold on, let me see if you can you hear this?
Hold
on. When that plays through, how bad is it? Because I can't hear you.
It's a little. It sounds distorted, but that's not through your speakers.
You know what? Since I don't have this might work actually. No, it won't. It will. It will backfeed, I think. But hold on. Oh, that's not it. I changed it. Damn it. No, that's not right.
That's not horrible.
Yeah, it's just originally was gonna mess with the Devil's Triad with because I think Elliot got copy struck. Is that even a thing?
Copyright strike?
Yeah, I think I got it for that Jerkmonger, old you know how he has that perfect intro and it was like old 1920 old monster movie music.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, well, what if I worked the Devil's Triad into something that would be like that, and I couldn't do it. So I was like, well, what if I meddled it up, the Devil's Triad? You know what that is, right?
Mm-mm.
It's actually a chord that you would the Catholic Church used to kill people for playing. They used to because it's called the Devil's Triad. And to give you an idea, without getting all into music theory and all whatever, a famous song that uses the Devil's Triad is Black Sabbath by Black Sabbath.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
do it again. Oh yeah. There's some feedback. Yeah, it's because we're listening through your speakers instead of it playing through your computer.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I'll work on something. That'll be cool.
Yeah.
I've been like bummed out about this freaking my art lately. And then not to help myself, I'm fucking looking up Ethan Van Sciver's art. That's not a good thing to do when you feel bad about yourself.
No, it can help you. It can help you. You can learn.
I got you know what I just realized? I told you I didn't even know who Ethan was until we, become part of Comics Day. I was kind of out of comics, as a lot of people were. So, and I haven't been in comics for a while, so I didn't know about Rebirth and all that good stuff. And
yeah, Ethan's been a really popular artist for a long time.
Yeah, I spent last night watching some of his old interviews before they blackballed him. Boy, people used to suck his, he's really good like this. He's still it made me realize just how much of Ethan we get. We get like almost real Ethan, that.
Mm-hmm.
And like more and more he comes out of his, his stage persona, if you will, which is just a rendition of him. He's got this character he does, which is all me. Yeah, I'm great. I'm the best, And we get a little more of that. We spend so much time with them. So even if we're just hanging out, and still that is still a little bit of a character, but
mm-hmm.
From watching like the last 10 years of him, like you see a whole bunch of stuff, like his weight change and fluctuation, like, and just a bunch of weird stuff that I picked up on. But then I started looking at his art, like, really heavy, and you know, somebody's gonna get on to me for it, and somebody's gonna agree with me. But I see Neal Adams aspect to his work, and that's weird for somebody who's so contemporary. You know, wait, is that the right word? Meaning right now, happening right now. What is the word I'm looking for?
Yeah. Well. Oops. What happened here? Oh well. Let me close this and not save it. No. Neal Adams is responsible for contemporary comics. Neal Adams,
right.
ushered in the era of contemporary comics.
So I wasn't using the right. I mean, I thought because I've only seen like drawings of Cyberfrog and stuff like that. So I thought he was post McFarlane era. He was post Image type of drawer artwork.
No, that's what he broke in.
Yeah. And that's what made me think of it. But looking at his Green Lantern stuff, looking at his Flash stuff, looking at his Batman stuff, the way he draws is very reminiscent of those 70s guys. And I'm like, oh, come on. Don't become more of a fan of, you know.
Oh, those 70s guys is what gave us modern comics.
Yeah,
when Neal Adams came into comics, he changed how they colored comics. He changed things from everybody still stuck in a very Jack Kirby type of era to people drawing things more realistically. He taught a lot of people how to color for night and how to color for mood. Changed a lot, man. Neal Adams was a one-man revolution and sparked a ton of copycats. And a lot of those copycats became their own artists, their own deal with their own style.
Aparo. I used to think Aparo was an original guy, and I'm starting to realize, because I thought Aparo was the guy that I was seeing up all over my dad's walls and stuff, and I'm finding not so much that Aparo was a great artist to his, but he was more just doing what he was told. And it's definitely Neal. Neal invented, I guess you could say, he did. He definitely invented that long, tall Batman, that blue Batman with the dark, you know.
And the long ears.
And the long ears. So that's all Neal, and everybody who followed him did that for a good 10 years. And until Dark Knight came along and changed the game once again.
Yeah, and have you ever seen early Bill Sienkiewicz?
I've looked up Bill Sienkiewicz.
Early Bill Sienkiewicz looks like Neal Adams. Buzz used to draw like Neal Adams. Still kind of does a little bit. Alan Davis.
Did he ever draw Batman, Bill Sienkiewicz?
Yeah, you can. I don't know if he drew any Batman back then when he drew like that. But look up Bill Sienkiewicz's Moon Knight issues from the early '80s.
Jesus, there's so much stuff going on in the background.
Yeah, look up Alan Davis's very early works.
Oh, I love Alan Davis.
Yeah, but his first stuff, he was a Neal Adams clone. That was just a thing. Lots of people did that. During the '90s, everybody copied Jim Lee or Rob Liefeld.
Well, we've talked about that. I think either on this or another. Like when no, this was definitely something we were talking with Mike. In chat. I was in chat, but he was paying attention to his chat in particular that day. It was good. But he was saying that when this is the way the industry wants, when they get a breakout star like your Neal Adams or your skip a few years later, your Jim Lee, and somebody's gonna follow them. They want somebody similar. So they actually encourage mimicking. They actually encourage you since they own the art. Like, you know how a lot of people blame what's his face for swiping? What's his face? The guy that followed Cruz. Mm. You know how he's notorious for swiping what's his face's stuff?
I'm not sure.
The guy that did Deadpool for a long time. I'm almost there. Almost got the name in my head. McGinnis? Yeah, McGinnis.
Okay,
yeah. So Robert Cruz was a clone. And then you would find a bunch of Robert McGinnis's work just swiped, you know? And Robert McGinnis even made a joke in one of his books, like on a newspaper in the background, you can see it says Robert whatever swipes again. But come to find out that like Marvel owns that art. You know, if they want to reproduce it or have somebody else swipe it, they can do that. So they actually tend to encourage it sometimes. Mm-hmm. I'm like, ugh, what?
Yeah. They do that kind of thing. And, you know, and when you're the new guy that can, you know, and you can mimic other people's stuff, you do it because, well, you want to get paid. Yeah. Lots of artists start out copying someone else, then evolve once they get known. I'll tell you one thing that can help is find 2 or 3 different artists that you really like that have really different styles, mm-hmm. and learn to mimic each one. Even do some stuff where you're tracing. A lot of learning to draw is in your head and your understanding of things, but there's also another part also, and that is muscle memory. Your hand just learning how to make the swoops that way or something. And you can learn some of that from practicing, from like tracing and practicing inking other people.
I was complaining to my wife. I'm like, I'm just not getting any better. I'm just not getting any better. And
just don't show the people that you're doing that, you know, that stuff that you're doing for drawing exercise to learn.
Yeah, they don't understand.
Well, how long have you been drawing again?
Me?
Yeah,
for a while.
Since you've been back to drawing.
4 years.
You've been back at it for 4 years, and you're not.
Yeah, this is the first time that I mean, if I would say that I've been like at the desk every day, is been about 6 months.
Back at the desk every day for 6 months. Okay, you've really only been back drawing for 6 months. Like, I've been mostly coloring for the last few months. When I go to draw, like pencil to paper or something, I'm a little rusty now. I haven't forgotten anything, but the muscle memory of my hand remembering how to get what's in, like, all my understanding of anatomy and everything's still there. But
that's what I was complaining with my wife today is I just, my memory doesn't seem to be the
yeah.
And she pointed out, she's like, you're just sitting at the table all day, every day. She's like, you haven't gone to the pool to swim laps. You haven't rode your bike. You haven't done anything else. And you need a break from it because you're going to come back and you're going to be like, oh, wow, all that stuff that I thought I wasn't getting, here it is. Because I'm not getting any exercise, you know?
Another thing, when you get better, it tends to come fast in spurts.
Yeah.
Like a light switch flicks in your head, and all of a sudden, one day, you're radically better. At least with me, that's the way it always has worked. Sometimes my work would even devolve.
That's what it feels like right now. Feels like
that means you might be on the verge
of breaking
of a leap. Okay. There's a lot of drawing exercises you can do, and they help. Mass drawings, contour drawings, learning to copy someone else. Take 3 artists who look really, really different from each other. You know what? I'm gonna go Bruce Timm, Simon Bisley, and let's say Brian Bolland.
Okay, I have to look up Brian Bolland. The first two.
Brian Bolland is a definite influence on Ethan. What's up, PS? PS JP are here. Man, this is cool. Andrew's gonna be mad he missed you guys. But like, learn to copy some of those people. You don't even have to show anybody that you're doing it.
Oh wait, he did the Killing Joke?
Yes.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah, but, I know pick 3 artists you like that have really different styles, and try to learn to copy each one. Learn their visual language for things.
I get so bored with any kind of tracing, though. Now,
don't trace it. Just try to learn to dissect.
Right. Well, I downloaded. I'm pretty good at freehand, but looking at something, I can mimic it almost exact, even if it's a thumbnail. I'm pretty good at that. So I had downloaded some even Ethan stuff, because he definitely just got it when it comes to not only that. I was watching how fast he does stuff. There was this one thing where he was standing and joking with the audience and drawing leaned over, and I'm like, dude, I can barely draw leaned over the drawing table. And you
well look at Ethan's go back, like find some of Ethan's early artwork when he first got hired at DC, and watch and look at how rapidly he got real good. Yeah. It's like he did a couple of things like the impulse fill in and something. Then all of a sudden, that animated stuff that was in his thing, in his style and all that, he pulled all that out and he went realistic. And like he skyrocketed fast. It can happen fast when it happens, man, when it really clicks in your head. Like you can spend years struggling, and then all of a sudden something snaps in your brain and you understand things in a very new way that you haven't before.
Here, I didn't want to fully draw this out before I kind of ran this off you, since you guys kind of
hold on, let me stop sharing. What's up?
So I have him walking across the
dude, you're already okay, let me lock it on you. Your stuff is already getting better. That right there, your proportions on that guy's back, and everything, and the way that whole scene right there is laid out.
I kept trying to tell myself, stop getting so tight, stop getting so tight.
But what you're doing, just right there in that panel, is already better than previously.
You said, God, I hated you when you said that. You said pull back and show the whole thing. So he's like, you said you don't know where you're at in your world. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, oh, how do I do that? How do I do that? So I kept doing this, and I actually changed. I've ended up changing this character, this fat guy right here. He's not gonna be fat anymore.
But that panel right there, just that layout right there, I know that's 2 characters in a bar, with a pool table behind them. I already I have some.
I don't know why this one doesn't keep. I drew this pool table back there,
but I already know.
Yeah. What I like about this is it has assisted perspective, basically. So I was able to draw something that looks, like a pool table. And then I figure
the perspective's a little wonky on the table in the room, but it's still better than what you had. Composition and everything. It's still better. It's still a step in the right direction. You're learning. You're trying to cram things that I have spent. Me and Andrew have spent. I don't know, since we'd never stopped drawing. We never stopped doing this stuff. We've been going since we were teenagers. And he and I, he's like, what? I'm 40. He's 45, 46. I'm 43. I mean, it took me 30 years to learn what I learned, what I know. And I still don't know everything. You know, I'm nobody. I've never made it. I've been published a few times, but and that book right there is a great inspiration. That Framed Ink, that's a fantastic book. I have that too.
Yeah,
it's fantastic.
Well, I know what I want to show and what I don't, and like you said, I found myself getting too chiseled here, and I kept telling myself, stop. You know, I don't want to get to work. I want to lay this out. I'm actually going to print this panel out to size and draw it by pencil. I like drawing by pencil, even though it goes right back into ink. I just like drawing with a pencil. I like it, you know, so I have more control over it.
Yeah, I like doing my layouts digitally, and then I print it and ink it.
Yeah. See, that's what Elliot said he does, or he, because I was telling him, what if I, you know, draw it pencils and which I was doing, and then scan it into, and he's like, I a lot of times do it the other way.
Yeah,
it's just a tool.
Yeah, because especially when you're drawing digitally, if say when you have to do perspective grids, or you have parts of the character, large parts of the character that go off panel. If you're just trying to draw half of someone's face because that's what's in the panel, it can get real wonky real fast if you don't sketch out the rest of it. And sometimes, so when you draw digitally, you can like sketch out the head real fast and drop it in the panel, and then delete what you don't need. Perspective grids, you can just draw a bunch of grids and drop them in, sketch out what you need,
yeah,
and click the layer away. So you don't have, because used to drawing perspective grids, man, I would have a piece of paper
way out here.
Yeah. Taped down to a light table with tracing paper behind that.
Mm-hmm.
So the light would come through. My grids were on the tracing paper. And what I had for a light box was an X-ray light box.
What program do you use?
I use Photoshop.
Do they have see, this is what, oh, hold on. I got to edit it so you can see it. Do they have, see, like this?
No, there's nothing like that I know of.
Yeah, it's beautiful, man. It's such a good tool. And then you can, then you go here and you just pick your layer and you turn it to the side. Oh, wait, no, you click on it and you hit drawing assist. Mm-hmm. And now it's going to draw in that perspective.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's really neat tool.
One of the things I do, let me go back to sharing. That's really easy. Let me go back to sharing. Let me take it off. All right, let me start a new document. Say I want to draw a bunch of windows and I've got a building blocked out. Mm-hmm. Right? Wait, wrong tool. Had that one. I can take this right here. I do something like this. Right? And let me merge these.
Is this prior to CS5, CS6?
This is whatever the latest one is. Now I can oh wait, hey, those are supposed to be merged. Oh wait, they're not rastered. Right. I'll free transform it along whatever perspective I want, right? Now I've just, I've got 3 windows in whatever perspective I want. I just change it. Now I want to draw, now I want the next layer of windows below it.
Copy and paste.
Yeah, and then I can just go back to free transform and move those into those and change the perspective to match along whatever grid I have.
So you pay monthly for your Photoshop?
No, I do it by the year. I pay $600 a year for the entire suite.
Motherfucker. No, you can't.
I have everything though. I have everything. I even have the music programs and the film editing programs and.
Yeah, you could probably do a better film than I could.
Yeah, I just don't know how to use it yet.
Why not just go with CS6, and then that's everything you need to draw, and it's $600 cheaper a year.
I'm going to need the other programs, and I need the Adobe programs. I'm eventually going to need the Illustrator programs. I'm going to have to teach myself some more stuff in Illustrator.
What does Illustrator do?
Use that for lettering, graphic design. It's a vector tool. See, lettering, proper lettering is vectored, which makes it scalable. If something is rastered like this, you can only blow it up so much before the image becomes pixelated. But when you have like rastered lettering or something, you can just keep blowing it up and blowing it up and blowing it up and blowing it. You don't get that deterioration.
I love the vector system of Illustrator. I'm usually drawing in it myself.
Oh, so guess what? I have to start totally over on all my stuff because I was doing it at 400 DPI. And Kanan White was telling me, he's like, you want to do it today? He was telling me you want to do it on 600.
They go between 300 to 600. Some
he was saying more. He's saying if you want a colorist to do what a colorist can do the best, you want to be at 600. He was talking from a pro who's done out all the issues with print once you get to the printer. So I was just like,
I work at 400 most of the time.
Yeah, so that's what Elliot told me. And
your eye honestly can't, unless you're blowing something up, your eye can't see. Now it matters for printing, but your eye can't see beyond like 3. You can't detect it. It does help with printing though, and 600 is fine. If you want to work at 600, it's fine, but 400 is good enough. But Kanan has lots of fine hatching, so 600. So 600 is probably a good idea for him. He's probably correct. For him, it's probably a very good idea. But
probably as long as you're doing the minimum of 300, you'll be all right. But from what I know, anyways.
Looking for something of mine that. Now sometimes I scan at 600 originally, and then bump it down to 4 once it's in.
Do you feel like you have a different style on your digital than you do on your pencil? Now I know you just mentioned.
I change my style all the time for certain things.
I wanted to show you something. Oh man, but I just crap.
Like, let me see. What's this scanned at? Image size 300. This is scanned at 300. And look how close you can get before it really starts getting messed up. And this is a 9x12 sketch. You can get really, 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 really close. And this is 400. So I could probably blow this up I could blow this up to 11 by 17 and it'd still look all right. Because even like that looks good.
Yeah.
Let me adjust the level so my blacks are darker.
Ooh, that's nice.
So 400 is good enough, but for Kanan, he might be, you know, there's a good chance he knows what he's talking about because he does so much fine hatching. He does. I mean, he has a lot of really tight hatch work in his stuff. So it probably is a really good choice for him. But yeah, you probably at 400, you probably don't have to redraw anything. You're going to want to redraw stuff as you get better, and you are improving.
So, let's see. You have the 3D. I used to have the 3D on my other computer. I don't know what. I never used it. I used it like once for some. I'm trying to make some title lettering, but just as far as the draw program, what, like, if you'll look over at my screen again, I know you probably have to switch over. All right, this is on my PC, so I can't use it yet as far as pen to paper, unless I had a tablet, and I don't. So this is on my PC. This is the Photoshop that I have, that if I can get myself a Wacom, I'll be using. And it just seems to have everything I've ever seen anybody ever use, and I never have to pay for it. I've had it for years, and I never have to pay for another dime for it. You know? So what about, is there cheaper versions? Like where you only pay? Yeah.
No. Photoshop, used to be able to go buy just the disc and you owned it forever.
Yeah.
You didn't have to update.
I think this is the last one you could do that, which is like CS6.
Yeah, I wish I had that.
I can get you a copy of it.
It's all right. I do need to learn some of the other stuff in the suite.
Right.
For the programs I wanted, it was actually coming out to be more than just getting the suite. So I just get the suite, and it's a tax write-off. I either have to give that money to the government in taxes or buy something. I don't get to keep the money either way.
Yeah, well, yeah, you do, because the tax write-off, you don't get the full write-off. You don't get, all right, you paid $600 for it, right? The tax write-off is, okay, they were gonna fund you $200 on that money that you made this year. Well, you're still in the whole $400.
No, I get to write the whole thing off.
Yeah, it's a business expense for him.
For me, I don't on my money I get paid doing freelance. No taxes come out. I get to write the entire thing off. I don't get to keep that money either way. Either Uncle Sam's going to take it, or I keep my programs up to date. Either way, I don't get to keep it.
For disclaimer purposes, I didn't draw this, by the way.
No, but it's cool.
Yeah, it's you remember him?
Oh yeah, X.
Yeah,
the version of him I remember. He had a big ragged cape.
Yeah. I don't even know what happened. You know, they started drawing him where he's all tactical, and I have the original run. That never happened in the original run.
Yeah, they brought those characters back a few years ago. They tried it again, and it didn't go either again.
Yeah, I think he turned out to be like a vampire or something up under that mask. I can't remember.
I don't either.
But yeah, I liked him.
Yeah, you need it.
Yeah, I was just making a background.
All right.
So that's why.
All right. Okay, hold on. You don't have a pen tab at all?
Yeah, I have one. I just don't like using the separated, and if I can't draw on the screen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I have one, I have an actually pretty decent one my brother-in-law gave me, but
okay, never mind then.
I'm just being honest. I tried.
That's where contour drawings would help you.
Yeah, I just
blind contour drawings.
It kind of takes the fun out of it for me.
Well, blind contour drawings are a good drawing exercise.
Yeah.
All right.
So you literally would be able to, if you had whatever phone company you're with, if you're with like one of the big ones, like Verizon or AT&T, mostly AT&T, you could get an iPad and then tax it off. You would be paying it monthly, so you'd be just what, $40 a month?
Yeah, but I'm on someone's program.
Gotcha.
I'm
just saying theoretically, you could.
Yeah. An iPad, I might not be able to write the whole thing off on an iPad, but I get a percentage. Like I can claim a percentage of my mortgage because my studio's in my house.
Oh, are you serious?
Yes, I get to write off.
So you're saying if I make my book next year and I sell my book and it makes $15,000, I don't know. It doesn't matter what. Since oh my God. So like, okay, let's take Doug better because I just like putting, okay, Doug made $100,000. And he's paying $100,000 worth of taxes, or taxes on $100,000. So he's gonna have okay. I know little tricks that like Jim Lee and other thing, like your toys. Especially, you got to be careful what toys. But then again, you really don't, because I've really learned a way around it. The way it was put at me, if you're on a Spider-Man book, you can get a whole bunch of Spider-Man toys and be like, oh, it's reference, and write them off. If you get comic books on a book you're on. Oh, that's what it was. It was comic books on a book you're on. If you buy a whole bunch of comic books on a book that you're on, like Spider-Man, you can write it off. Toys, since they're considered artistic reference, is more flexible. You can get motorcycle toys, Battle Axe toys, He-Man toys, whatever, as long as it's art reference.
There's a lot of that stuff you can write off.
Yeah. Which is just really cool. I mean, I literally, the only toys I've bought, I would say, in the past year were reference toys. I bought a whole bunch of motorcycles so that I could turn and twist them and put them in different,
look at them from different angles.
Yep. And then I got a Punisher toy that I wanted to use, and he's been perfect. He's been posable and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, so you really get going, you start buying the toys with the kid. Yeah, this is all reference. See, it's all in front of me so I can draw from it.
There is a lot of that type of stuff. Art books, reference books. You can write off, and it's all legit because that's what it's for. That's what it's for. A certain amount of my internet, I can write off. A certain percentage of that gets written off. Because it's an expense. A certain amount of my gas is written off because it's an expense, because I drive around town sometimes to mail stuff, to send stuff off, to go pick up supplies. That all counts. It's all legit. It's all by the book.
Hey, Avid, how you doing?
Because when you're self-employed, and you don't have an employer taking out your taxes, or them paying a certain amount of the taxes because they're employing you, they really, oh man, it hurts. It hurts way worse paying taxes when you're self-employed. than it does working as, a 9 to 5. It is painful. So you want any deduction you can get, any legitimate deduction you can. And that's the reason it's best to go to an actual accountant instead of going to like H&R Block, because those people they aren't looking for the deductions for you. I go to an actual accountant instead of those tax prepare places, because
the tax prepare places, they know enough for the average Joe, but when you're doing your own business, they probably know a lot of it too, but still,
they do not try. They do not say, hey, what about this? Hey, what about this? They're not trying to save you anything. So find a good accountant, even though it costs more. You're like, well, if I go to this place, I can get my taxes done for free, right? It's free if I go here, or it's only $50. It's like, trust me, if you own your own business, if you're self-employed, they're going to cost you $200 in deductions that they're just not going to find. They suck. So I'd rather pay the $120 it takes to see my accountant.
I'll probably end up teaching myself to do it. I'm kind of analytical about that stuff at the end of the year.
Well, it depends on how good you get going, too.
I might my first year of doing my own business get professional help, but I would want somebody that's also showing me what they're doing as well, and then teach myself to do it. Same way. People who told me when I know they're in the same boat as I am financially, that they're not in a different bracket, that they don't own their own business or whatever, and they're like, yeah, I paid $400 to H&R Block. I'm like, why, bro? TurboTax is free,
Why did H&R Block cost them $400? What the heck are they doing?
Dude, yeah, exactly.
What are you doing? It's like H&R Block should have been like $50-$60.
It's like, yeah, they told me I had to, Obamacare charges you because you can't go to a doctor, so you're charged. That's what. By the way, that's why I left the left. That was my eye opener. Anyways, and it's
but that's gone now. That penalty's gone now.
Yeah, I know, but when it was there, and I kept telling them, I'm like, bro, why would you pay $150 penalty when they just asked you, do you have insurance or not? Okay, all right. So you don't want to lie. I didn't. I applied and got the Medicaid that you have to pay for a certain amount, so you can't use anyways.
Mm-hmm.
But it's medically needy, right?
Mm-hmm.
So therefore, you have insurance. So that it counts. A lot of people didn't realize that Medicaid makes you not need to say I didn't have insurance. So even though you can't use it and you don't, and the bigger argument is not the penalty, it's I can't see a doctor. And now you're trying to penalize me on top of it. But without getting political, it's just that's what I was saying. I was like, H&R Block isn't going to tell you, dude, it's simple, just fix it. They're going to say, oh, here. And that little checkbox cost them $150. And I'm like, let me guess, all year long you had Medicaid. He's like, yeah, I've had Medicaid for the past 3. I never use it. I didn't think about it. I'm like, bro, that's insurance. That counts.
Oh man.
Yeah, hilarious, right?
The first year I would have got tagged with that. I had partial insurance for most that year because I had a day job most of that time. So, but that year, first year, and I had enough deductions to offset it.
Yeah.
And I'd paid enough in to offset it, the penalty. And the first year I would have got tagged with it. I didn't make anything, so I didn't file. And
you'd have had to been without anything, even half insurance. It doesn't matter as long because it doesn't ask. Did you have half insurance or did you?
No. It for her, she found there's a time thing.
It says something. It's worded like this. It's worded. Did you have insurance for at least 6 months out of the year or something like that?
Yes, and I did.
Gotcha.
What's that snorting?
That Cross has breathing problems sometimes.
Okay.
Sorry.
Oh, it's all right.
I was like, what?
I'm a heavy breather naturally, so.
Yeah,
I was like, what is that?
I'm half laughing at no, sorry, but I'm like, I'm glad I don't have these problems here in Canada.
Oh yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, we don't have that problem anymore.
Yep. You know that what is it? That racist that's in the White House. He that's never done anything racist. He's done away with all that crap. So.
Yeah, we still have Obamacare, but
yeah, they're trying.
They got rid of the penalty. Like it's like, oh, you're poor and can't afford health insurance. Let me fine you for it.
Yeah, that's exactly. I was a Democrat up until that started happening to me, and then everybody has their own thing. Oh, you should have done this. You should have done this. Apparently, your situation was different than mine because I looked in every avenue and it got more confusing and got worse for me.
Yeah.
As I went.
Oh yeah, it did. Me too. It was awful. I was just like, yeah, I'm just gonna pay the penalty because this is way more expensive than the penalty.
Dude, I was so hardcore Democrat too. My neighbor across the street used to make fun of me, like, and we'd get along just fine. I never got that. You know, it was when. Yeah, it's just.
It's when it started affecting the bottom line and you noticed it was affecting the bottom line that you switched. I guess
So, Avery, I got something for you that I think part of my problem is. I have an issue with. I'm like, oh, I've drawn that pose before, and now I'm talking pinup art, and then I realize something that, like, when they're teaching you stuff, they're like. There is not that many superhero poses.
Mm-mm.
So since I've never had a real, this is the first time in my life that I've been hanging out with artists.
Mm-hmm.
When you see somebody like who's the guy Cross that keeps winning the fan edition? Is it Brad or is it? He does real good with the gray scales and whatever. Anyways.
I think that's Brad, yeah. Brad or Bill.
Do they just have like a knowledge of most your superhero poses and just keep drawing that over and over? I don't know. Do you have like a library that you pull from? Or is
you just I was just going to say it depends on the character that you're working with because, you don't want to put Spider-Man necessarily in the same pose that you'd put, I don't know, Colossus.
I think I messed up what I was asking along the way, Avery. We'll just.
What's that?
I don't know. I can't remember.
Well, he was asking about the poses and all that.
If you found yourself, if you know that this pose, X pose, a Batman typical pose would win, is like, I'm always afraid if I come with the pose without looking it up. Well, see, if I look it up, then it's definitely derivative. But if I'm thinking of it, then I might have seen it somewhere, and I might be accidentally copying somebody's pose. And it's like, now I'm starting to become a little more mature as an artist, and I'm going, well, is there really anything new under the sun? Are you going to draw something and be like, well, that's the freaking, you know, how many times have you seen the Iron Man pose? You know, the one that Deadpool makes fun of? And everything from Dragon Ball Z to whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah, don't worry about it. Just seriously, as long as you're not like, something about your version's gonna be different. Something about the way you do it's going to be different. So don't worry about it too much. You're way overthinking it.
Yeah, you just got to do whatever you think's the best pose possible for the character you're supposed to be doing, or what you want them to be doing.
What's going on, guys?
What's up, man? Sometimes you may want to echo to something, so that's fine too.
Hey, Kodiak man, how's it going?
He's going.
Hey, Andrew.
So you can't really worry about it too much. Like you're not going to come up. And some of your ideas for poses is just going to come from how good your knowledge of anatomy is. So
I just, you know, like, I can draw 2D fine. I want to start just having them pop out of the page like I see some people, you know? And it's like, but then again, some people don't do that, and they're just as dynamic, and I don't know. I think I'm stuck on what I want to be. Right now, I'm not even focused on that. Right now, I'm just trying to focus on telling a story. And since my story won't have any real dynamic, it'll more be focused on dynamic battles or dynamic, you know, storytelling than having, you know, Zealot jump out of the page with Grifter shooting a gun, you know, kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a whole nother animal. But yeah, Jim Lee was a big, you know, all that stuff. He was a big fan of anime also.
Yeah, he is.
And that played a part in get some of those poses. And he, you know, if you notice, because sometimes they were trying too hard, sometimes it didn't work.
Did you ever see some of his early stuff on like Alpha Flight?
Yeah, wasn't that great?
It wasn't that great at all.
Yeah.
He met Scott Williams, and his whole life changed. You know.
Yeah,
that's true. And they're like a married couple. I love them. I love that.
Oh, he inks his own stuff now too.
Yep.
What was that, Avery?
I like it when Jim Lee inks his own stuff too.
Yeah. You can definitely tell when he does his own stuff. But Scott Williams is so attuned to Jim Lee that a lot of times it comes out the same.
Jim Lee inks his own stuff. It's a lot rougher than when Scott inks it.
It's very loose and painterly.
Yeah.
And it's kind of cool. He gets sloppy, and he makes sloppy look good, you know?
Yeah.
Have you ever watched any of his drawing videos that he's done?
Oh, yeah.
He does a lot of them lately.
It's the only reason I was coming on YouTube for the longest time, right before I discovered Comicsgate.
Take that back. The only reason you came on YouTube is because me and Avery.
After I discovered Comicsgate.
Stop lying. We know it's the truth.
I was following you guys on Pornhub.
Don't confuse us with weaponized nerd rage.
Avery, I told you those shorts of you and me together was going to make us famous.
God. No. Wef actually does have a backup account on Pornhub.
Really?
Yeah. That's where his backup is.
Is anybody watching this video of this live stream?
Yeah.
There's 5 people watching.
Okay.
I think one's my mom.
They're just chilling out, listening to us ramble on.
Oh, okay.
They're just chilling.
I beg to differ, D. I beg to differ. I have watched him live do pages, and that man can do some backgrounds. I have watched him live on. I've caught him on Twitch live. I've caught him where he posted his live. So I've watched him draw some Superman backgrounds with buildings falling and all kinds of that. It's crazy the amount of backgrounds that Jim Lee can do.
He rarely does it on the Twitch streams though.
Yeah,
he does it sometimes.
But he does it like Ethan. It's that quick blue pencil, and you're like, "What did he just do?" And then he starts in. So not only that, he has things. He has things where he teaches backgrounds because he's like, forget perspective. He's like, it's a cartoon. You're doing cartoon. Yeah, this guy can draw in pretty damn good perspective.
Yeah.
Well, she's not saying he can't. She's saying he doesn't do backgrounds usually. Well, that's what I'm getting.
I thought D was a dude.
I believe D is.
Oh, he or she. Oh, sorry.
Yes.
Sorry.
Did you just misgender D? That's.
I guess so.
Misgender D. Wow.
Oh man.
See, Andrew got here, and this just livened right up.
Yeah, no, I know for a fact that both Avid and D are guys. They're dudes.
Sorry about that, D. I don't know. Maybe I was confusing D with somebody else.
Yeah, and Avery, I feel like the thing I was missing for the longest time is I was drawing without direction. I had nobody to ask stupid questions. I wasn't hanging out with other artists that could go.
And that's what one of the things Ethan was talking about that you used to be able to get from Wizard Magazine.
Yes.
You used to be able to get this information. There was Sketch Magazine. There was Draw Magazine. There was a couple of magazines for writing. There was other comic book related art magazines. I can't think of their name, but I know there was a couple. There used to be these big, long interviews and tons of different publications. And you could get all this information, all these questions like Ethan gets asked and Elliot gets asked. And all these people get asked all the time. These basic questions that, sometimes when someone asks them, it seems like they're irritated to answer it again. It's because it used to be common knowledge, and the average comic fan could pick up one of like 20 different magazines, or not quite that many. And it was out there. And most hardcore fans bought those magazines. At least Wizard. And that's one of the things that's been lost, is there's so much about what goes into making comics and the art of it, and how artists, the different ways artists and writers work. It's been lost because there's not a publication out there talking about it anymore, interviewing people and discussing things. I guess that's what makes the YouTube work, though, is because now, once again, the fans can find out about it and directly from the creators, because everybody does it a little bit differently, but it's all based on a lot of the same principles. Avid said, "What's up, Andrew?"
Hey, Avid, haven't seen you in a while, man. Glad to see you here.
Yeah, Avid.
I was like so impressed. You have an Avid at your live stream.
Yeah, I know. We haven't seen him in a while.
Yeah,
but it's cool.
Well, he's a hardworking kind of guy, so.
Oh yeah. It's all good. But yeah, so much has been lost without having a comic book media that was actually. Yes, it was kind of shillish at times. It could be a shill, but it was informative too.
Guess what, Mommy?
Guess what?
Hold on.
No, that's fine.
Oh. So, did everybody enjoy Sunday night?
What?
The Sunday night auction. Did everybody enjoy it?
Oh, that was humiliating. Talk about a blow to the self-esteem. Oh boy.
Sorry about that. Hey, I didn't sell anything either that week. This last week.
It even cost Andrew a sale to joke about giving one of my pieces away with his.
Well, Lorenzo was still thinking afterwards, and I checked out the stream because I didn't know he was thinking about getting the prime for the Squirrel Girl.
Oh my God!
So he's going to hopefully be back this week, so he might be able to sell the Squirrel Girl then.
Oh.
Yeah, sorry, the price is going up, man. You don't buy it the first time you see it. The prices go up.
Double the price.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking hundreds and hundreds of dollars now.
Yeah, I guess I'll sell my Prime instead. You'll not sell you Squirrel Girl, and I'll be primed to sell Prime.
Jesus, that was rough.
You know, I have.
Oh, yeah. Everybody in chat, if you go to Cross's channel and watch the Sunday night auction, if you want to watch me crash and burn.
I found it.
Found what?
Remember how I told you I had a folder for all my Indiegogo images that I had for the first campaign, and I couldn't find it? I just found it.
Well, good. You want a cookie?
No, I don't need a cookie. I have a donut.
You would have a donut, you fat fuck.
And check out this stuff. My wife says this is here. I'll show you guys what it is. My wife says this isn't like a regular donut. It's a New Orleans style donut. Something that they have at Mardi Gras or something.
Sounds pretentious.
It's delicious.
Sounds soy-based. That's a soy donut.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait.
Delicious.
What is it? What is it called? AMS or ASM? Whatever. Here, I'm gonna
ASMR.
Yeah,
you don't understand how ASMR
works. Disgusting sound I've ever
heard
in my life.
You don't understand. You understand nothing.
I know.
You're incompetent.
Wow. Yum.
So where's this donut you're supposed to be showing us?
I just showed you a picture of it.
The next time you're gonna see that donut, it's gonna be plop plop fizz fizz.
I didn't see no picture of no donut.
Shit, it's half gone now, man.
You're gonna have to go back and watch the feed, the stream.
Okay, there we go. Wow, that's really pouring over the one side. That looks like a Boston cream to me.
It's very much like a Boston cream, but she said it's not a Boston cream. It's similar though.
What's it got? Something different in the middle?
It's an Andrew cream pie.
Oh man, it's dripping down my mouth.
Oh,
Yuck. Blip, right onto the keyboard.
All the imagery all at once.
Right onto the keyboard.
Oh yeah, good.
Yeah, and Andrew didn't get any of that. He didn't understand any of it.
What?
I'm dying.
No, nothing. You really don't understand.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, we're talking about you.
That's fine. I get that all the time with Avery. He's always talking about me, especially behind my back.
No, but it's always something I say straight to your face.
Oh, I know.
He's jealous of your girlish good looks.
Trust me, lots of people talk behind my back.
Same here.
Yeah,
so
because never
mind.
All I know is backstabbing bitches.
So I watched a movie tonight with my wife, and I almost teared up at the end.
Why?
What?
Are you a man, right?
Yeah, I am. Well, last time I checked, but
Men don't cry. Men aren't allowed to cry.
I said I almost teared up. I never said I cried.
The fact that you felt an emotion other than anger is disgusting.
Well.
I told you, men are allowed to be hungry, angry, or horny. That's it. That's all we're allowed to feel. Anything more, you're a woman.
Not true. You can't say that either because you've never had a child. That is another time a man is allowed. Ask any man. Yep, because every man does it. Every man does it. Every man will cry at least at his firstborn, if not all his borns. It's man, and it's real too. You're
I don't
tears.
I don't think I cried when my kids.
What about his born identity?
I don't think I cried when my kids were born.
What? Why?
I think I cried at the loss of my, everything that I had planned in my
Jealous
life.
Of your dance move. Oh no, the anime guy. I overheard part of it, but I haven't really watched it. D.
Well, what?
Rakita with that anime loser.
Mm.
I heard part of it. Just happened to autoplay while I was doing some stuff, and I heard part of it, like Rakita just chewed that dude out.
What dude?
Which one is this?
It's I don't know. It's some big.
Apparently.
Yeah.
Was it the one he put up yesterday?
I couldn't tell you.
Well, there was one he had yesterday that I saw on my list. It was like 3 hours long, and I didn't have 3 hours to listen to it, so I skipped it.
You're talking about something I didn't fully watch. It was just kind of on, and I overheard part of it.
Okay.
I don't know when it posted.
Yeah, by the way, guys, I went back and watched that one that I dropped out of, and I heard Avery's like, I just got a message from Kodiak. I think he went over and dumped me and went on Elliot's stream.
Yeah.
I was like, no, I'm cleaning my office.
No, that update to my Hangout just updated to my phone. That's what it had to be, because what popped up was an invite, and it showed you, and it showed Elliot, and it showed someone else, and I was like, what? But it was just the Hangout app finally updating all the stuff I'd done that week.
Yeah.
Which is really weird. I don't know why it took it that long. It makes no sense.
No, if I was to drop out, like, I first of all would have had already like warned you guys, like, I'm supposed to do something with Elliot later. That's way. But if it was definitely something that I knew I wanted to grab, I would have told y'all guys. At least in the green room, I would at least sent you a message, say, "Hey guys, I got to jump on with Elliot." And I know you guys know that.
Plus, I was already streaming. You wouldn't have then sent me an invite to that while I'm. It's like that's the reason I was like so thrown off. I'm like, this is really weird. What is this? That I finally figured out. It's like, no, it's just stupid phone apps being weird.
What is love?
That's
baby,
like
there's no such thing as love. Shut up, Andrew.
Don't hurt me no more.
You say that after all that you and Andrew have been through.
He is such a woman. It's so gross.
You're the one bitching right now.
Because I'm freaked out by his weirdness. Weird.
Hey, you guys aren't. We're not doing the Elliot thing, are we?
What Elliot thing?
Well, I say Elliot thing, but it's the whatever that Comic-Con is.
I don't know. Are we?
It's next weekend.
What, MegaCon?
Yeah, I think maybe he's doing several, and I'm just getting them mixed up because he's
he knows. Yeah, Andrew knows when MegaCon is.
When's MegaCon, Andrew?
April, I think. April or May. I can double check.
I wouldn't know. I don't pay attention to conventions. they're bad.
Convention.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, especially with this, if we're gonna do something, I want to get in contact them and put an itinerary together. You know, because I don't want to just go and see Elliot for 5 minutes, not want to bug him too much because he's working, and then not have anything else to do. You know what I mean? Plus, I don't know anything about conventions whatsoever, so.
They're not that great.
You go, you walk around, you buy stuff.
Yeah, it's basically an overglorified flea market, right?
And if you're lucky, you get your picture taken with some nice celebrities that you've paid way too much money to do it.
You said Rakita killed that guy. It was 2 days ago. Cool. He would eventually like to talk to all of you guys. Yeah. Except Andrew, you're not missing much. He's more annoying in person.
So who's Rakita?
Rakita Law?
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. The lawyer guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like him. I've never watched his videos though. I've always caught him on other people's stuff.
Oh no, some of his videos are great. He's a funny dude. Dude, come on his show and piss him off and be rude. Like, you can come on his show and argue with him all night long, as long as you're not like a jerk. Like you start being a douche, he will own you. He will
and he's got the education as a. So you start trying to say stupid stuff, he's just be like,
yeah. If you've got a real point, man, you can come on there and you can argue with that dude all night long, and he'll be cool. Yeah. But if you start,
in other words, argue intelligently.
Yeah, you start being a douchebag, man. That dude will just tear into you. I've never seen him come up on the short end, man, in these arguments. When somebody goes too far, he just tears them up.
I told you about just like one day showing up on Doug's stream and I'm a moderator.
Oh, cool.
Did I tell you all that?
Yeah.
Well, it's just weird. I mean, he doesn't, you know, like it doesn't. I've done only a few moderating things, but I mean, he really doesn't ask that much of his moderators. That's why it kind of surprised me. But you know, the pros, they actually have more of a need for moderators to actually be real moderators.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I was just, you know, it's like, okay, here I am. Weird. But, you know, definitely welcome, you know. I feel bad because I like Mike's, like, even though I'm not religious, I like Mike's cross-examinations.
Yeah. I've watched it a couple of times, and I've watched some of what Doug does too.
Yeah, I like Mike's. It's funny because I actually feel like Mike is less judgmental, since most people will actually, you know, say he's the more judgmental. But I don't find myself, because when I was Christian, I was anything but Catholic, you know, and Doug is very, very, very Catholic, so it just doesn't fit, because what I'm listening to is just like, I want the ethics without all the rest.
I don't really. Is Doug Catholic?
Yeah, or
I don't think he is. I could
he has a Catholic base.
Yeah.
He was raised Catholic, and you can tell by some of the things he says. It's very, very. Maybe it's just.
Doug is evangelical more.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking from what I've.
Yeah.
Know. Yeah.
they're kind of literalists with a lot of things.
Gotcha. Yeah, it was just something, and it's not against Doug because I like Doug a lot, but it's just I don't know if he reminds me of the people that I had to escape or what it is. I just choose. I like and I enjoy listening to Mike, but when Doug gets religious, I kind of tune out. If that makes sense. So.
Well, I don't listen to either one of them when they get religious for too long.
Yeah.
I love their art, and I like them.
Yeah. Oh, that's what I was wanting to mention. Did you get your Lone Star yet?
Nope.
I haven't either. So.
I don't have my Lone Star or my
Graveyard
Shift. Neither one of mine have come in. I don't know why.
Well, Mike's taking. I'm not sure how long Mike's going to take to go through all of his stuff. You know, I forget how many he sold overall. So
I know he's probably ready to get back to drawing, like full time. Tired of signing his name.
I just figured it's other people that live in the same city as me. So, but you know.
I know Elric's got his Lone Star about a week ago, I'd say. I'm not sure whether you guys know Elric. I forget what his last name.
Watching muted when yeah. Sorry, looking at chat. Chat for some reason went backwards on me. I read an older chat. I don't know why it went backwards, but it did.
That is weird.
All right. Yeah, I was hoping mine would show up too, but I think we're in different tiers, and they might be doing things by tiers.
Yeah.
Well, he's probably doing stuff by sort of by tiers. You know, like if somebody's just got a comic book, you know, not signed, you know, throw it out. Not throw it out. Throw it in the thing. I think there was tiers where it wasn't signed. I know I got the two books. I think both signed. I think it was the $50 tier for him.
He might have just got mine out and sent it to me because I send a lot of super chats. I mean, I guess that might be a thing. Yeah. I'm not saying it is, or I haven't heard anything like it. I'm just saying it would make sense.
But the ones that, you know, like have sketch covers, they would take a little bit longer, you know, because he's got to do all those sketch covers where he can get stuff out for other people.
Yeah, I don't think anybody should do it. Like Doug's doing freaking watercolors and I'm like, guys, y'all are killing yourself, you know?
But people pay extra for that stuff. That's the kind of stuff that puts you over the top, because people pay money for those type of extras. They pay big money for some of those sometimes.
I could see somebody like Ethan and Doug and Mike, but me, I could not do it. I could not physically keep up. I'm not that good of an artist. That panel I showed you earlier, it took me all day because I was working it out, you know, when I would draw, and it's still not done. All it is brackets, right?
You'll get better. You'll get faster.
Yeah, but those are also, they're just doing pinups, basically. That's different than working everything out. You just figure out your quick pose and that's it, you know? And he's drawing the same character over and over, too, so.
I mean, look how fast Avery is, and I still think that would kill him to have to do a couple hundred, you know.
A couple hundred. Yeah, I wouldn't have a tier of a couple hundred sketches. Any book that I'm going to do the art for, there's going to be a tier where you can get a page of the artwork, and there might be a tier for like 20 or 30 available sketches. You know, and I'm going to be working on those sketches ahead of time you're not going to be able to pick what you want. It's just like you get a sketch of one of the characters from the book.
Yeah. Well, that's with mine. I'm probably going to do 9x12s, and I'll probably get them. They'll be able to pick from a few different characters, and I'll tell me right away. And you know what? Probably during my campaign, I'll just work on them. Get online, draw them. It's content, and people are seeing their stuff drawn live. And that way it's all done. Hopefully by the end of the campaign or most of it, and then you just got to take it out. You just make sure the book stays good.
Which don't let me forget before we leave the green room. I have something I want to tell you guys.
Okay.
Yeah, but everybody's going to do stuff like that for their campaigns differently. You got to do stuff that, unfortunately, that you may or may not want to do.
Yeah, but a big thing where I had to do like hundreds of sketches, I wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
I would just have a couple of good print tiers and maybe an ash can good ash can or sketchbook.
Maybe even a couple remark tiers or something like that.
Yeah. You do something real quick on the print.
Yeah.
But you could order some like
something else I wouldn't be against is like if you had like say Hero, you had a drawing you drew of Hero, and then basically you use a light desk to ink that as your sketch like 100 times. You see what I mean?
Oh, so each one was kind of an original because the ink got because the brush strokes are going to make it different every time.
Yeah, but at the same time, it keeps that speed thing that you need to get done.
Yeah. Oh, Andrew's so fast he can crank out those type of simple headshots.
Yeah,
that he actually can do at a pretty good pace.
Yeah, but you got to protect yourself from burnout.
That's the reason he's not going to do the free sketches with everything this time. Isn't that right, Andrew?
Yep.
He actually agreed to that this time, and I was just like, oh, dude, thank you. Because I don't want him to burn out.
Yeah.
That can wreck you trying to do, if the book is really successful, that could just burn him out, man. That'd be brutal.
Just had this cartoon picture of Andrew, the dancing video, but instead of he's over in the corner going,
for real. That could exactly.
Don't make the me man make me draw no more, mommy.
Yeah, that's what it would do to him. Like he would have an arthritic claw for a hand after that.
Yeah.
If the book took off really well, and he had to do 1,000, 2,000 sketches, free sketches, even simple ones would wreck him.
The only thing that would wreck me is sitting there for hours on end being bored drawing the same character.
Well, he doesn't have to do that. He's got many characters he could draw from the book, right?
Yeah. So as long as you can, switch it up every 2 or 3 pages, or every page a different character.
Doing that many sketches, no matter what it is, all day long for days, your hand would be a crippled lawn flamingo.
Yeah.
Well, you could call it a original inked work, right?
Mm-hmm. And
just print your blues out of the same sketch. 300. It'd still kill you. Yeah. But you got to get creative with this kind of thing. Like, I don't know. That's what I would have to do. Maybe in a year or 2 from now, I'll be like, yeah, I can crank out.
No, just don't offer more than what you can handle. It's for sketches. Yeah. Save all your original artwork from the book and make that a tier, and limit the sketches to something you can handle. Don't put yourself in a bad spot.
I showed you my favorite part of the thing I got from Mike, right?
What?
Oh, I'm trying to.
Yeah. I have it so I don't start giving us a drawing of one of my characters on till I hit the $40 US tier.
Oh yeah, you want no? I don't have to break this out. Avery, you watched the video, right?
Mm-hmm.
The card.
Oh yeah.
God, I love that card.
Yeah, his Thanksgiving card. Yeah.
No, not the Thanksgiving one. I like that too, but that's
not
the
trading card. The trading card.
Yeah, the '90s style trading card.
Yeah. I think might have seen that.
You know, those cards make me realize is that in the '90s we didn't realize we were in the '90s. We didn't realize a lot of those things was new, let alone not going to be around for that long. But because you always heard your dad say, "Oh yeah, I used to get bubble gum out of our baseball cards or our cards."
Well, I knew the trading cards were new, but I didn't realize that they were going to become worthless.
Yeah.
Then the ones that became worth something, I ignored because the bottom fell out on everything else.
Yeah.
And
that's why they became worth something.
Yeah. And that's the reason I threw away something that's now worth $10,000 that was a freebie at a convention.
What?
Early 90s starter deck for Magic.
Are you serious? Ouch.
I had it for years in this box of crap I'd gotten at conventions. Yeah. And eventually one day I threw it away.
You know what? We used to have buckets of that early Magic book, Magic, and I've heard people say that. Yeah. Ugh.
Yeah. No, I mean, I never opened it. I did not give a crap. It was a freebie I got at either MegaCon or Charlotte one year, at like early 90s, like 1994 or something. It was an unopened, sealed starter deck, and I just threw it around in my stuff for years, and eventually, a few years ago, I threw it away in one of my moves, either from the house to the apartment or to this house. I had thrown it away. Now it comes out. Now I found out because once I started watching Rudy's channel that Magic cards are valuable. I had no idea. It's like, wait, those early decks are worth $10,000. Yeah. They were giving those away at tons of conventions.
Yeah, dude, you could go to Big Lots and buy whole sets of them. My dad had like 20 boxes of that first set. We didn't even know what it was because we wasn't into stuff like that. It's like I was just like, this is the first I've heard of it, and I didn't know. Oh, man,
it's crazy.
Yep.
I had no idea. Oh, Andrew D said he wants to see you need to suffer for your art. He wants to see you do 1,000 drawings.
I wouldn't wish that upon him.
Yeah. Well, actually,
that sounded like I would wish pain. No, don't do it.
Yeah, because the kind of numbers we need to turn this into, which isn't going to happen the first time, but we need to be up there with Knaple eventually. That's the range to make for it to be profitable and able to keep doing it.
Yeah, well, the other thing to try and keep doing it too is to be able to get it so you don't have to do Indiegogos all the time and offer all these extra perks. You know,
there's no other way to get the extra money off of such a low print run book. You want to do the crowdfunding. That's what you want. You don't want to go traditional. You don't want to publish. You don't want to be in stores. That's a dead end these days.
Well, what I mean is more people, you got a book coming out, having subscribers that, that they're subscribed to buy the next, 10 books.
That's what the Indiegogo is for. it's basically pre-ordering.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I that's one of the things I wanted to talk to you off. And it has nothing to do with Hero. It just has because Hero's a meaty book. Hero's a I did that thing in the mail. I feel like I bought a graphic novel.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Right. It's on another topic, a different topic that I have to kind of.
Okay.
I have a qualm about.
All right. All right. What are you working on, Andrea? I know you're doing something.
Updating the Indiegogo, adding images and tier and perk levels. All that stuff that needs to be done.
Cool.
You're what, launching this Friday? Or when are you launching again?
Friday.
Cool.
Nice. All right. Hero Book 1, we're giving it another shot. Oh yeah, you love the water ripple page, so good. Oh, cool. Oh yeah, that's right. Avid has the black and whites. That's right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Avid. There's been a couple of changes. Like Andrew's updated some of the artwork a little bit in some of the pages, and I think he's going to do another pass at relettering it, which he needs to finish.
Yes.
So
what are the tiers? What's like the lowest tiers this time?
We're going to have a early bird special that I'm going to send out an email to all the people who backed the first campaign, which of course didn't happen. That there'll be a limited number of just a copy of the book only for as little as $20. The regular price for just the book by itself is going to be $25, so it saves them a little bit of cash.
Yeah.
But the level that with the old campaign, which was a copy of the book plus a 6x9 sketch, which was in the old campaign was $20, that's now $35.
Okay.
And then there's going to be a tier that'll offer 3 copies of the book. There'll be another tier that offers 5 copies of the book. And then we're going to offer a la carte tiers in which you can get larger pieces of art, 9x12 black and white and gray sketches from me. There'll be a very, very limited number of full color drawings where I draw it and then Avery watercolors it. There'll also be a sketchbook offered a la carte, as well as a special edition Ashcan, which, depending on how things go, there may actually be 2 of those offered. So, but right now we're committed to 1. It's going to have a backup story, which is something I'm working on right now, as well as a preview of book 2, as well as some behind the scenes stuff that I've got tons and tons of behind the scenes stuff. So it's going to be a smorgasbord of wonderful things that people can get. So
are you offering digital copy or
no digital copy, not this time. Not right now.
Dude, I fell in love with what Doug said about that. It really hit home, man. He's like, I'm the artist. I'm putting out art. I want you to hold my art in your hand.
Yeah.
And the way he said, I'm leave it to him, but I was just like,
Yeah, Avid just asked, what about an Avery Inkwash tier? I think Avid was one of the backers that got one of our original 6x9 sketches where Avery added some color to it, some watercolor to it. We are not doing that this time, and the reason is because that's a waste of Avery's time to do something that small, and that I'm not saying it's beneath him, but it really is beneath him. If he's going to do watercolor washes on my drawings, it's going to be a large 9x12 on illustration board.
It's going to be a much nicer drawing, much nicer tier.
Yes, and that's what we're offering. We're not the small sketches. The idea was, here's an opportunity to have something where we're both doing something on it. We're not doing that anymore. If you want us both, you're going to pay some money for it. and it's going to look awesome. It's going to be fantastic.
It's going to be limited to what, 25 pieces that he will pencil and ink and do grayscale washes on, and then on illustration board, nice, heavy, thick illustration board.
Yep.
I mean, this stuff is rigid. It's like I don't know if anybody doesn't know what illustration board is. It's high quality paper that's as tough as like really heavy, thick cardboard, but it's high quality paper. It's very heavy. It's very thick. And it will really hold up to me really saturating it with watercolors. And I mean, I'm not going to be using like Crayola crayon watercolors. I'm going to be using like Winsor Newton watercolors and
Cool.
Doc Martin dyes. You're gonna get something really nice at that tier. Not these quick things, because I was just like, when I was doing those quick ones for you guys, I was like, man, these are so small, and the sketch is real loose. It's kind of like, this thin Bristol can't handle the watercolor. And I was kind of like, hey, man, next time, can we do something where it's like, we're giving them something a little beefier? And Andrew was like, yeah, that's a good idea.
How much is that tier going to be, or do you know yet? Well, you probably do.
The 9x12 ink washes by me, which were I did some of them during the campaign last time, where they were on the regular Bristol paper, will be an additional $30, and the one with Avery will be an additional $50. So for an extra $20, you're going to get something even better. But Avery's not even going to get out of bed in the morning if it ain't for $50 or more. So
that's a $50 tier or $80?
No, the one for with me and Avery combined is a $50 tier, but it does not come with a copy of the book. It's a la carte, which means if you want to get a copy of the book and that, or if you just want the art, you can get just the art.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So you can level up stuff.
Like certain perks, certain extras are separated. So you go, I just want the book and that sketchbook. I just want the book and that ash can. That way there's not 200 different variations of mix matching things.
Yeah.
It's the book, 3 books, 5 books. Okay, I want the book and I want to add that sketch. And I want the book and I want the sketchbook. I want the book and I want the,
No, doing this on your channel. For that, will Indiegogo let you pick 2 different tiers at the same time? Yeah. And without getting charged like double the shipping?
Well, most likely they'll charge double the shipping, but I'll refund anything that happens too. I'm still looking into it. So.
You can set the shipping for each tier.
Yeah, you can, but
so just
people combine tiers. That's the whole different thing.
People combine tiers. Just make the shipping charge on the combined things a low number. Like it only tacks on to like $2.
Yeah, but see, if I remember Indiegogo right, you can't select tier 1 and tier 3 together at the same time and pay for it and have the shipping. You'd have to do each one individually.
I think you have to do each one individually, if I remember correctly.
That's the point. You would have
and that's what I mean. And there'd be a shipping cost on each of them. It wouldn't combine the shipping.
Yes, you missed where I explained it. You make the shipping additional charge on those other things. You can set the shipping for each tier.
Yeah.
Because adding an extra book does up the shipping. Because adding a larger sketch does up the shipping cost. Because you have all the extra packing materials and a larger package you have to use to protect that drawing. You get tacked on an extra $2. He just makes those tiers $2 or $3 more on shipping. That way, you have your main shipping charge on the book, which is like $5 or $6 for America in the U.S.
Yeah.
Then you want to combine the sketch. That adds the shipping charge on that will just be $3. He can put it in there as $3. He can put the shipping charge on another book as another $2 or $3.
Okay, I think I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
So every time you select the sketch, it charges you $3 for the sketch shipping. Every time.
Because he's going to have to spend $3 on foam core and a bigger envelope and everything to hold that.
Yeah, but I guess what I was thinking is the envelope that holds the sketch will also fit the comic book at least widthwise and that, so you wouldn't have to buy another envelope. I don't know. It's I guess up to you guys. I guess just trying to figure out the logistics.
The envelope that holds the sketch will also fit the book, but an envelope that just fits the book wouldn't hold the sketch.
Yeah, I get that.
Plus, you've got our labor in packing it all, because we're not using a fulfillment service no matter what. We're going to pack it and ship it all ourselves.
Oh, I did find a fulfillment service that's actually pretty cheap that we can use. It's called KIDS. They're located here in Jacksonville, and I haven't heard really great reviews about them, but they work cheap. So, if you guys are interested, the company's name is KIDS. Did you get that?
Kids?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, I'll be right. Hey, you guys carry on without me. I'll be right back.
Oh my God, what am I going to do without him? Oh shit.
I'm here.
Okay.
But kids. That's a good one. Mm-hmm. I wish I had that one. Well, but I was going to say most likely you guys won't have a lot of stuff to ship, but then again, hopefully you do.
Yeah, well, I mean, with my first Kickstarter that I did for Hero Book 1 back in the day, a couple of years ago, I ended up getting I had like 80 some odd people back it, and more than 60 of them were actual people that wanted physical copies. So I did all the shipping for all that. And it was not a big deal. I mean, I used to do eBay, so I used to ship stuff out all the time, so it's not a big deal. So
yeah. Actually, right now, if I have something that I've got to put in 11 by 17, I'd rather ship anywhere but Canada.
Yeah. Well,
because I don't have to put the tracking number on it and get a tracking thing for anywhere else in the world. But Canada, they want you to have the tracking number on, so it costs like $20 to ship anywhere in Canada for something that size.
Yeah.
Which was just crazy. Because I sent just recently with the stuff that I sold at auctions, I sent 2 packages to the States for less than I sent 1 package to Canada.
Aren't your postal service workers like on strike right now or something like that?
Oh, they were a while back, but I think
okay.
That was like 6 months ago or 3 months ago or something like that. I think it's settled.
Well, if you're getting your mail, then it's probably okay.
Yeah. Well, we still, because it's a necessity, you still get your mail when they're on strike. It's just a lot slower.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But like I ship stuff to Australia and to like Italy cheaper than it was for here for that size of package. I'm like, this doesn't make any sense. But it's all because of that tracking number, which is crazy. So have you got almost everything ready for thing on Friday?
No, still working on it. I'm about 2/3 of the way setting up the tiers. I still need to redo all the images for each of them and then add those. But nope, it's coming along.
Well, that's good. As long as it's coming along.
Guys, have I literally been answering and talking with you guys for like...
Yep.
God dang it! It happened again. I looked up to mute myself because my kid was hollering and I was muted. So
okay, that would be why we never heard anything from you for the last little while.
Yeah. Well, it is what it is, and that's what it is until it isn't.
Oh, that's nice. How big's that tablet there that you got?
This one?
Yeah.
12.9.
That's not too bad.
No. Pretty decent. Only reason we did this instead of a Wacom, which would have cost as much, is this we could put on a payment plan, and Wacom we can't.
Oh. Yeah. Well,
the Wacom would.
I guess it depends on the Wacom you get, because there's mine.
Is that a
Intros?
Intuos?
Yeah, Intos, however you pronounce it.
Intuos.
Yeah,
I paid like 130 plus tax or 100 plus tax. I forget now.
What size? Which one is it?
Probably the 6 or 7 inch.
Okay.
You can see it. I'm not sure. This is
yeah, because I have an Intuos. Oh yeah. That's much smaller. Yeah.
This is 9 by 12, so that's 12. So let's see if it's.
Hey Avery, Commodore's asking to share something, and but he needs a wrench in order to share the link. You think you can trust him?
Nope.
I have to go to the.
I mean, Commodore's been with us since the beginning, hasn't he? Oh, well, since I started coming around. So probably before me. Which site was y'all on that I discovered you, Andrew?
Probably mine, I'm thinking, but I'm not sure.
No. You were Chester Busby's, or was you on Chester's?
I was one time for Fanspeak.
Okay.
Yeah, that's where I discovered you, because you were looking at your Indiegogo and it said Jacksonville, Florida, and I'm like, what the?
Hey, there you go, Commodore. You should be a mod now.
Man, we should have really got up with Ben Avery. We shouldn't have missed out on that. I should have shut up. You said he's in Jacksonville, right?
Yeah, close. What is this, Commodore?
Oh, good God. It's porn. It's definitely porn.
Who's Chris Chan?
I don't know.
Oh, that's... Wait. What is it?
I might have shared it in ya boys Zach's group.
Oh, that reminds me, Avery. A friend of ours, a mutual friend of ours, who
I'll have to bookmark this for later.
Yeah, who is remaining in the closet when it comes to Comicsgate, that you and I both know. We're not saying any names, but still friends with both of us on Facebook. Reached out to me and told me that he'd been watching some of your boy Zach's and Ethan's videos, really enjoying them, and can't understand what the hell everybody's talking about.
Well, that would make sense if anybody actually watched that.
Well, it's one of our mutual friends who, when I came out as Comicsgate, couldn't understand why so many people were going after me and saying negative things. And he reached out to me and he said, "What the hell is going on?" And I said, "Dude, just go to these guys' channel, watch their videos, and you'll understand." And he's digging it. And
yeah,
but I don't think he's coming out of the closet anytime soon. But he's definitely he's also a gun person, because I think you know who I'm talking about, right?
No.
Don't worry about it.
I would mime it for you, but I think you would figure it out by now.
Oh.
Okay, there you go.
Oh.
Yeah, he knows who I'm talking about now. But
that's all that matters.
Yeah,
man. Yeah, just come out Comicsgate, man. The worst they can do to you is kill you.
Yeah, apparently. Yeah.
No, the worst thing they can do is swat you.
That's
what he means.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, they can take our lives, but they can't take our freedom. You know, Braveheart.
Yep.
I'm just not sure what's worse is, dying or, having the crap scared out of you from that happening.
If they try to kill you and fail, they make you. So fuck them.
That's true. And,
hey Andrew, man, when I went looking for stuff for the auction, I still have 5 copies of my hardback sketchbook.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Didn't I give you 5 copies of that sketchbook?
You gave me 10.
Oh, okay.
when you printed them for me, you printed 10 of them.
I don't remember how many I printed. I just wanted to make sure you had them because those were awesome.
Yeah, I've still got 5 of them.
If he was willing to part with them, you could do 4 of them as a tier.
No, it's all like Marvel and DC characters. It's commissions and stuff like that.
Yeah. It's a lot of.
Oh, okay. Well, I was just thinking, not art. Gary Shipman just released stuff like that. So.
Yeah, but I won't do it.
Okay.
Yeah, I won't do it. I'll sell these at a convention if I ever do a convention again, or I may give them away to people. I might have
my channel trying to sell them on the auction.
Nobody's gonna buy them, dude. Nobody's gonna buy my stuff.
They might, but here you could do them as rewards for subscribers.
That's what
like 100 subscriber tier, and you give out a free sketchbook.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah,
give away, do a thing for my channel, a contest, for a big push to reach 100, or be like, listen, I'm going on a march for at least 200 subscribers. So at 200, I'm giving away these 5 sketchbooks. Plus 1 grand prize winner gets like an original or something.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I was thinking of doing with them.
Oh, that's even probably a better idea.
Because right now I've only got like 59 subscribers, but all these beautiful people show up all the time. D, Commodore, Avid.
Yeah, we've got to get you some people, more subscribers. Well, hopefully, maybe with coming on Sunday nights, you got a couple last Sunday night, 1 or 2, right?
I got 1. JP, they're here, or they were here. JP subbed.
Yeah. Well, one of my subscribers just from the beginning finally came back. Bob the Popio. So he might be there Sunday nights.
I listened to that stream I was on with EVS the other day. And I thought I didn't speak to him. I thought I didn't say one thing to him, but I was wrong. I said one thing to him.
You spaz.
No. There was no spazzing. We were all giggling. He was, I didn't want to. He was pulling the Hey Mike routine only on Elliot's channel, and it was hilarious. You should go back and watch it. It's hilarious.
Okay, cool.
But so I didn't want to cut into that. And there was one thing where he's like, because he's like, Mike won't talk to me. You guys need to talk to him for me. It's just this whole bit he was going on. It was hilarious.
Yeah.
And he's like, you guys need to talk to him for me. And Elliot's like, okay, we will. And he's like, he's been chomping at the bit to get you to come into Drawn and Quartered. And he's like, yeah. And then I think it was Critias was like, you could just something about penis, right? And then he's like, I could have everybody draw before Mike even knows. We all draw penises and have to draw our stuff from the penis. You know that little art thing. We're dying laughing. I'm like, how much would that go for an auction? And he's like, a lot. No, wait. A lot. you know that little thing he does?
That little, yeah.
Yeah. So it was fun. I mean, I was fan struck. I did not know what to say. The same thing happened to me when Malin came on. But it's like, just don't say anything because you don't want to be stupid. I'm like, freaking A, what the hell? Because he doesn't jump on Elliot's stream a lot. And I'm just like, all of a sudden, there he is. I was like, fuck.
Actually, that it's the opposite. You want to say something even if it's stupid because then he'll at least remember you.
at least have a chance to. You're kind of right, and for me, EVS is kind of like speaking to Todd McFarlane or something. Well, not as much. No. Maybe not Todd McFarlane. Dude, I'd probably talk McFarlane's ear off because I would want his attention, you know?
Yeah, Ethan's just a dude. You just go up to him and talk to him.
Yeah.
You just go up to him and talk to him, man.
I love his riffing though. His riffing is hilarious.
Oh yeah. He's really sarcastic. He's really funny.
Yeah.
And it's funny to watch SJWs pretend to not know he's being sarcastic.
Yeah.
It's like you don't know sarcasm.
Yeah.
That people say things they don't mean with a straight face. Like when he pretends that people are hurting his feelings when they start trolling him, when his fans start trolling him, he does that whole pretend that you're hurting my feelings. Then he has to turn his camera off because he starts to laugh. Much love from Avid. Yep.
Yeah, when you're on a stream like that with somebody like that, you've got to say something. At least that way they know you're there. If you want them to know you in the future.
You just got to look at the opportunity to make the puns, man.
Yeah, that's what I look for. The punny opportunity.
People like Critias, which I've always talked to in the chat since day one, since he's like the first one that I started talking to in the chat. When I started with Elliot's stream. And since I know he's struggled to get where he's at, you know, and look at him, he's in there with the big dogs. And then there's another one that's easy to talk to, and I've even been on his stream, is Kyung. So I just I just find a pattern, like a wingman, you know, you find a pattern and then you find to build something with somebody you don't know. And then of course you have that with them, that rapport with them. So that's what I was doing. I wasn't going to jump in. He was doing his riffing and it was hilarious. So just let him stick with that, you know?
Oh yeah. You don't want to interrupt him or anything while he's doing his thing, you know, because then you're just a moron.
Yeah. But
then you're just Cecil.
What started my looking up old interviews with him was actually me looking up an old interview with Mike S. Miller. And he, even though he looks exactly the same, he also looks a lot different when he's younger. He looks more like his kid when he's younger.
What?
Nothing. I don't always like to. I don't always explain to people why I'm laughing because I don't want to hurt people's feelings.
Like what?
Oh man, you guys are great.
You're welcome.
Does that include me too?
Go fuck yourself. Yes, Andrew. That means you too. That means you too. No. Oh God, do I have cancer? Am I sick? I was just nice to Andrew publicly.
You're gonna die.
I think I'm dying.
I'm gonna go tell your mother.
What?
She's friends with me on Facebook now, you know.
Yeah, what are you gonna tell her? Avery was nice to me. That's not. You can't get me in trouble for that. Avery was nice to me. That doesn't work. That's not how you get me in trouble. It's weird, dude. Plus, nobody likes a snitch, you little bitch. Freaking tattletale, dude.
Snitchy. There's a character for you. Yeah. Snitchy.
Snitches get stitches, yo. Never heard that one, Andrew?
He's being unsurprisingly quiet.
Because he's working on the Indiegogo.
Yeah, I know. Just teasing him.
Yep. I'm here.
He just doesn't know what to say. He's like, I don't know. I don't know about this prison lingo. Snitches get stitches. Oh.
Oh crap! Yeah, we're still in 2019. Okay, never mind. Yeah, we're okay.
No, we're not.
What?
We're not in 20 whatever year he just said we are.
We're in 2019.
No, we're not.
What year are we in then?
What year is it?
It's not 2019.
Well, what year is it then?
This isn't funny now that you're into it. When I was trying to mess with Andrew, it was gonna be funny.
I'm so lost now, Kodiak. Am I losing time again? Does the little gray man take me? What the? Who's president?
The anal probe has gotten to your brain.
Oh.
What? I don't know.
Have I gone into the future or the past?
The anal probe has gotten to my brain. No, that wasn't my brain. Unless brain is code for prostate. Ew.
You grossed yourself out, didn't you?
Yeah. You
said yeah.
Yeah. I regret it. Awful. Oh man, I'm so tired. I do not want to go to work tomorrow.
Not a lot of people do.
Yeah. I get to mop the dog pee.
You know what? I'm just itching. I don't know. My wife works at a certain place that, please don't, if you know what I'm talking about, don't dox it. But basically, she's got to wear a costume a lot. Okay. And
oh, now I'm getting really bad ideas, man.
No. Leave it to Andrew to get better.
Blah, 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 blah.
Plus tax.
What?
You said plus tax.
Oh.
Yeah. You meant Chuck E. Cheese, not Wackos, dude. Calm down.
No.
Sorry.
No. I said don't dox.
I didn't know that was real.
Oh shit. Now I doxed.
Are you serious?
Say no. Say no. Say no.
I have
Dude,
no
we've
idea.
discussed this in the...
I just said something ridiculous. I had no idea, dude. You've got to be kidding.
We've discussed this in the past. She doesn't work at Wackos. She's a professional person. You need to cut it out, man.
Yeah, I know Wackos is a real place.
I didn't say it wasn't a real place. I'm saying that's not where she works.
But his wife does not work at Wackos.
No, she works at Disney, okay? And she has to wear those silly costumes. Because everybody does.
Why'd you dox? We had Wackos and Chuck E. Cheese. It was totally...
Well, I figured Disney's like big enough that I didn't actually have to worry about it, and I was going to give it away anyways. Because what my point was that I was getting on, and we were so far off topic, is like I would like, if I had extra money, I would like buy one of those costumes because they don't cost that much relatively. I mean, they're a couple $100, you know, close to 500, but still. You could get a full scale workup of like Hero and then walk around the Comic Cons building up information. I mean, building up people.
Oh my god, did somebody just fart in here?
Probably.
Yes, you.
One of the cats took a crap in there.
Oh.
Sometimes the itty bitty kittens drop some bombs that could like choke a donkey, dude. Like for real.
Is that called a euphemism?
No, that's called being literal. Dude, my friends had this cat, dude. They still do. But that thing, dude, vile. this itty bitty cute little black cat would drop bombs, dude, that would just chase you out of the living room. And its litter box is in the kitchen area of the house, and you just have to run out of the living room sometimes when that cat dropped the bomb. It's like, is that thing okay? Is it dying? What's wrong with your cat?
It does actually sound like there was probably something wrong with the cat.
The cat's still alive. It's fine.
No, but the thing that's weird is I think it's the fan is blowing on me, and it's like from behind the fan, but there's nobody behind the fan.
He keeps looking. I picture him. He's looking behind him like, is there somebody there?
Like, what's doing this? This is so wrong. I'm telling you, man, one of them kitties, man, walked in there and like did dirt, dude. Or your dog.
He's sleeping right now. He's not. He could have let one go. That's a possibility.
Blame the dog.
He has, yeah. Well, he has been known to do some really dangerous, things. Commodore asks, "Why would a donkey eat it?"
Why would it? I'm talking about the smell.
All right, guys, I'll be right back. I got to go get some water.
Why would a donkey eat it? Why did dogs get into litter boxes and eat it?
Oh, they do too. They chow. It's
Dude,
like
dogs go crazy for cat poop.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah.
You want to save money on dog treats if you got a dog? Get a cat. Yeah, just get a cat and just let the dog eat out of the cat box.
It's because the dogs can sense the nutrients that cat crap have in it that they don't digest.
Yeah.
But it's still, and it's just us. It's our perception. We perceive it as gross. That doesn't actually mean it is.
Yeah. The dog's happy. The dog's like, this is great.
Doesn't mean it's not gross either. Now, is it nutritious? Very possible, because they recycle stuff like that in space or whatever, don't they?
Yeah, they recycle your pee.
All right.
Pee in space.
I'm back. Did y'all miss me?
No.
Immensely. Deeply.
Hey, do you want to see something cool?
No.
Do not
Is it
that
a
on stream.
fucking Lego?
Okay, you want to see something else cool?
Is it a puppet?
Is it progress on the puppet? You can show progress on the puppet, but if it's a fucking Lego, I swear to God, I'm going to kick you squaw in the nuts.
No, I did not have time to work on the puppet anymore.
Toxoplasmosis.
But you want to see the Steelbook case movies I got today?
Almost as bad as fucking Lego. Fine. Fine. I've got it on you. Show your
This is the
content for your stream last night. You're giving it away on my show.
It's all right. I'll go into more review. Well, I've got a stack of about 20 Steelbook cases I haven't even reviewed yet. But this is the 4K release of Captain America: The First Avenger. Mm-hmm. Look at that art on the cover. That's fantastic.
Cool. I like those Steelbook cases.
I like that they use the movie art on there. So
it looks cool.
Yeah, it looks good. And the other thing I got was Ralph Breaks the Internet. Wreck-It Ralph 2, which I haven't seen yet, and I look forward to seeing it. So
it's good. I liked it. I just went and saw number 3 of How to Train Your Dragon today.
No spoilers!
Spoiler, Ralph wrecks it again.
Hey, Avery, remember those plastic cases that I bought at Michael's the other day?
Yes.
These are really cool. You want to see what they look like with Legos in them?
You fucking cunt.
Look at that. Isn't that awesome? Isn't that gorgeous? It's a complete.
You gotta turn it sideways.
What's that, everybody? Kick Andrew?
No, don't kick Andrew. I'm just kidding.
Hey, Avery, you gotta look at this.
What's up?
Hey, Andrew.
Yes, thank you, Avid. They are nice plastic cases. They're on sale at Best Buy. I'm not Best Buy, but Michael's. Buy one get one free. So,
hey, Andrew.
Yes, Kodiak.
Want to come to my house? Bye, Andrew.
You just got Mike Millard.
Was that what we're calling it now, Mike Millard?
Yeah.
You know,
Who said the no spoiler comment?
Hey, Andrew, Avid wants to know how much you paid for those cases.
They're individually $26, but you buy one get one free, so it was only $13 each. But I bought a little bit larger one on Amazon, was $27, so $13 is not bad, and it holds up to 20 figures, so it's actually pretty cool.
Hey guys, I just got a new fish tank. I wanted to start putting some things in it, so I was gonna order this off the internet.
All I see is Avery's icon laughing.
I fixed it on a.
Yeah, that's good, man. That's good.
Millard.
Oh, Millard.
Did you really get a new fish tank? Because I did. My son did.
Tweet Ethan and be like, "Hey, Ethan, we stole your bit." since you bitched out and can't do it to Mike anymore, we stole your bit.
Yeah, I got a killer dog that we got as a pack dog, and it's pretty scary. You want to see it?
Yeah, sure. Andrew.
Oh, jeez, what?
This is a fun bit. I know why he does it now.
Yeah, it's
Oh man, I'm done.
Yeah.
Oh, that was fun.
Yeah.
Just be like, Ethan, since you can't do it to Mike anymore, we stole your shit.
Yeah, we did it.
Hey, I need to do a sketch in my Sketch-A-Day sketchbook.
Uh-huh.
What do you guys think I should draw?
You need a character based on Avery.
He does, Hero.
Actually, no. You would be more of a Brock character than Hero. Hero's more like me. All right, give me some ideas. What do I need to draw? An idea for a character.
I don't know. Hey, Andrew, I'm drawing that snake you drew for book 3.
You mean the mushroom-headed snake?
Yeah.
That doesn't look anything like it.
I don't know. Oh, by the way, dude, bring up that page. Can you share?
I guess I could in a minute.
No, bring up that page and show everybody that page. Anthro Weasel. You really need to share that page with everybody. Or if you have the original laying around, bring it on camera.
I don't have it near me.
We can see your icon from the page flipping sound. You need to see the drawing of this giant cobra character.
It's actually a Gorgon, is what it is.
Yeah, but it's modeled after a cobra.
It's modeled after a cobra, yes, but it has arms. So I mean,
yes, it's much. I call it. It just look at the silhouette of the snake.
So it's a Cobra Gorgon.
My dog didn't like that joke.
It's. You need to bring that page up.
I'm working on it.
Share.
Okay, I'm sharing it now.
Look at the shape of the snake's body and head. The snake's face.
You're wrong for that.
And Andrew doesn't see it.
I mean, it's something.
Just cover over the face, Andrew. You might see it.
Oh, I'm sorry, honey.
Here's another view of it. Hold on.
Wow. You step on one.
I might have to make some slight adjustments to that image.
No, don't you dare. Don't let him get. No, don't let him.
All right, hold on a second. A bunch of people just came into the room.
But look at this. I've got it. Look. Oh, come on, Andrew. Don't take it down.
No, I was going to show you another picture, another image.
Yeah. See, that doesn't look like a pen is.
Ooh, that's badass.
Yeah, this isn't. See what you're seeing. Andrew's getting better and better and better. So you've seen a lot of book 1 with me coloring it, and a couple of people have the black and whites, and some people have seen book 2 because Avid has the black and white for book 2. And you can watch me as I'm coloring book 2, and you see how the book looks better. But if you watch some of Andrew's early videos, he's drawing book 3, and he just keeps getting mo better and mo better.
Yeah, that looks real good. The snake thing.
Draw Looney Tunes
That
duck.
looks so good.
Anthro Ferret, Anthro Weasel, throwing out suggestions.
I'd almost, if I was an art collector, I would pay more for the pencils on that than an inked version of that.
Yeah, but that's one of the flashback story pages. That's the reason it's going to stay pencil.
It's in full pencils.
Oh,
that was one of the things about it.
So when this is colored, it's going to be like a monochromatic, like old yellowed, weathered look. It's not going to be like a full color thing because it's like you're reading a storybook on a scroll or something, or being told a story from an ancient scroll. Okay.
Are you done picking on me now?
Who?
Oh,
is he ever done?
Do you want to see a really cool preview page for Hero Book 3?
Yes. Show him.
I'm getting it up.
I got locked on you again. Okay.
I'm pulling it up.
Check this out.
This is a double page splash. That's a part of Hero Book 3. Press the right button. Press the right button. Press the right button. There we go.
Yes, RT Bear.
Dude, that's dope.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's the blind master fighting the Gorgon, taking it on single-handedly.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, that's a cool one.
Wouldn't it be single pod?
Whatever.
Nice, man. That was cool.
Yep. So that's what you guys have to look forward to for the next volume.
Each one of these books, man, it just starts to look better and better and better. By issue 10, by the 10th graphic novel, Andrew's going to be slinging some mad
penis
cartooning, slinging some mad penis, some mad pen-eses.
Commodore says I should draw. Commodore says I should draw a Looney Tunes duck. I don't think I have a duck character in Hero just yet.
You don't have it. You're a duckist.
I am a duckist.
Duckism is morally irreprehensible.
Say that 3 times fast.
Morally irreprehensible.
Yeah, hey Avery.
Yes.
Avery.
What?
Avery. I already have my gift for you for this year. It's already wrapped and everything.
Oh. I'm looking forward to that one.
Avid. Are you able to return that? Because I don't think it's big enough for Avery. Can you exchange it for a larger size? I mean, is that possible? Do you have time to do that?
No, I'll just put a little loop on the end. I'll put a lanyard on it. A little retrieval cord. Don't worry.
Man, I get the 2 Jeremys mixed up.
There's more than 2.
Yeah,
is there really?
There's the quartering and there's Geeks and Gamers.
Yeah, that's the 2 I get mixed up. But he said there's more than 2.
Well, the Geeks and Gamers Jeremy's, there's like 250 of them.
Oh yeah, all the fans that use his other.
I see.
That's what I meant by there was more than 2 of them.
He was talking about getting the quartering, and the quartering has 2 or 3 different channels. He has Unsleeved Media and the quartering, and I don't know if he has another one. Maybe he does.
I think he only had 2 when that little thing happened to him a while ago.
Yeah.
Or maybe 3.
What little thing?
Oh, when he got punched, I think it was him, right?
Yeah. He got punched outside of Gen Con, at a bar after Gen Con. Somebody recognized him. This Antifa SJW dude walked up to him and goes, "Hey, are you Jeremy?" And he's like, "Yeah." And the dude just started swinging on him.
What?
Yeah, dude. There's a.
This is why I say.
Ethan did a whole GoFundMe for the legal fund to sue the guy.
Did they sue him?
Yeah, they are.
Yeah,
that's in the works now.
In the works. I like the sound of that one.
Yeah, you can
I hate stuff like that.
all the
I
videos.
hate stuff like that.
Yeah,
Kodiak, you need to watch more videos, man.
I
You're
do
really
not watch
behind the
so many
times.
already, man.
it's hard to keep track of a lot of it.
Just do what I do. Stop watching the Nasser videos, and you'll stay informed.
Wait, what? Start watching them?
I said stop watching the Nasser.
I don't even know if I'm subscribed to NASA.
I
Everybody
am.
talks about that, and that's not intentional or nothing. That's just because everybody says he doesn't even live stream. He just eats live or whatever.
Yeah, Nazar eats lunch on live. Yeah.
he has other content too besides him.
Yeah. They're just busting his balls.
By the way, you guys will start seeing it around the kick it with Nasser alternative.
Mhm.
I made that. Just know.
Oh,
that
cool.
Kick it with Nasser. Kick it with Nasser, because I got so tired of people going kick Nasser, and I didn't get it. Let's call it what it is. I didn't understand what they were, that it was just a joke.
Yeah.
That I would start every time they say it. Then even after I started realizing it was a joke, I would still say kick it with Nasser.
Yeah.
But then when he started going off on Elliot, he started annoying me. So, but I still occasionally do the kick it with Nasser thing.
Cool.
But the other day, somebody had written "Kick It with Nasser" on EVS, because EVS has a soft spot for Nasser, right? And
we all do. The kick Nasser things is a meme.
Yeah, I know. But he's like, "Oh, kick it with Nasser. I like that." And I'm like, "No, it's mine. I invented it." No, I'm just kidding. Such a stupid thing to get mad at, Bear.
Yeah. We all hate it when we say something and somebody snags it from us.
Yeah.
And we don't get the credit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We all like that.
Nobody ever snags anything from me, so.
That you know of.
That you know of.
You heard anybody else talking about bear gravy? They haven't stolen anything from Avery yet either.
Yeah, no, nobody likes me.
You gonna eat some more?
You need to get on Malin's chat and start spamming bear gravy. We want the bear gravy.
Oh yeah, bear gravy. Oh.
Deliver the wolf milk with bear gravy.
Oh.
Has any of you ever played D&D?
No. I've helped make RPGs. I've never played one. It's weird. I know. Yeah, but I've never actually played any of those type of games.
Did you say D&D or RPGs?
He was talking about D&D.
Role-playing games.
Yes.
I literally stopped and slowly looked at my camera there. I was like, no, stopped and slowly looked at my screen there across. I was like, what?
Don't you hate it when the video you're making stops recording halfway through and
what are you doing?
I'm drawing a duck, an animated duck.
Well,
stop ducking us.
It's time to call it quits. I have to get up at 3:30 in the morning to go to work tomorrow.
Now who's ducking?
So this fiasco's over.
But Avery.
What?
Avery.
What?
So you know that like fast I'm on, right? I can juice I can juice like any kind of fruit or whatever.
Uh-huh.
And so I'm thinking about juicing this, but it kind of makes me squeam.
Oh,
I've got one of those you can come juice. You'll get
maybe it's a bear gravy.
I can't. There's no bear gravy on this diet.
On that note, good night, everybody. Good night, Commodore, Avid, D, JP.
Left.
Yeah, anybody that's left. P.S. Thanks a lot. We appreciate you coming by. Everybody knows who everybody else is. You guys know Cross. You guys know Kodiak. You guys know Andrew. You know their channels. If you're not subbed, go sub. I'll try to remember to put the links in later. But thanks a lot, guys. We really appreciate it. Everybody say goodnight.
Good night.
Good night.
Good day.